9 foods that damage your liver. Your liver is constantly breaking down toxins and poisons from your blood, which are then released through your urine or your stool. Unfortunately, there are some dangerous toxins found in certain foods that cause inflammation and damage in the liver cells. Eating too many of these over time causes the liver to become clogged up with fat, and eventually scar tissue can form inside, leading to fibrosis and cirrhosis, which can block the liver from doing its job and causes a cascade of health problems like excessive weight gain, high blood pressure, a higher risk of stroke, diabetes, hormone imbalances, and so many other problems. Today, we're exploring the 9 most liver-damaging foods and ingredients, and also suggesting some healthier replacements. Just a quick reminder, this video is for educational purposes only, so do speak to your doctor if you have any medical concerns. Number 1 is soy protein. One of the most dangerous liver-damaging food additives is a powder that's called soy protein isolates. You'll often find this on the ingredients list, and it's added to things like protein bars, diet shakes, protein powders, veggie burgers, vegan meat substitutes, and bodybuilding supplements. They use this soy protein because it's very cheap and it's highly processed from soybeans using a chemical solvent called hexane, which unfortunately causes inflammation in the liver cells. A heavy metal called aluminium is also used to separate the soy protein from the beans, and this is also very harmful for the liver, the brain, and the bones. An average active human only needs around 100 grams of protein each day, so ditch the so-called high protein foods and get your protein from whole foods instead, like pasture-raised eggs, wild salmon, grass-fed beef, and organic meats. Dangerous food number 2 is vegetable oils. So-called vegetable fats or oils are actually processed and extracted from grains and beans like cottonseed, soybeans, canola, corn, peanuts, safflower, etc. One of the problems with this is that these seeds are sprayed heavily with chemical pesticides, herbicides and fungicides like glyphosate, which are incredibly damaging to the liver. The high omega-6 content also makes these oils very fragile, so when you cook it, it easily oxidizes and it forms dangerous compounds like AGEs. When you eat foods that are cooked in the oil, these AGEs can become sticky in your blood and they can clog up the cells of the liver, the brain, the heart, and other organs in the body. Now obviously it's difficult to avoid these entirely, as vegetable oils are used in snack foods like chips, crackers, popcorn, baked foods, fried foods, processed meats, salad dressings, margarine, etc. So to replace these, I recommend that you start cooking your own healthier meals at home using liver-friendly oils like extra virgin olive oil, cold-pressed avocado oil, or raw coconut oil. For higher heat cooking, consider using grass-fed tallow or lard, as these saturated fats are cleaner, more stable, and they're less likely to cause inflammation in the liver, regardless of what you may have been told. If you're finding any of this information useful, please hit the like button, subscribe, and turn all notifications on to stay updated with the latest health information. Moving on now to an obvious one, which is alcohol. Alcohol is well known as one of the most dangerous things for the liver, triggering a buildup of fat inside known as fatty liver disease. When you drink alcohol, it's transported through your blood to the liver where it's converted to a toxic compound called acetaldehyde, and this can harm your liver cells. What's more, alcohol prevents you from losing weight when you're on a diet, as your body has to turn the alcohol into fuel and burn it before it can tap into your fat stores. So please stop consuming alcohol as much as you possibly can, and when you do drink, don't binge, because this puts excessive strain on your liver. Healthier alternatives that will make you feel relaxed include passion flower tea and fermented foods like grass-fed cheese, sugar-free dark chocolate, and kombucha tea. Liver-damaging ingredient number 4 is called fructose. Now, ketchup and other table sauces are often loaded with a sweetener which is called high fructose corn syrup. Unlike glucose, which is used by most of the cells in your body, fructose is directly sent to your liver to metabolize. A little fructose from natural fruits and berries is absolutely fine. However, this processed corn syrup tends to overload the liver and has been shown to trigger fatty liver disease. Unfortunately, over 80% of packaged foods now contain a form of fructose as a sweetener, especially soda drinks, beers and syrups, which is causing more people to gain weight, suffer from liver disease, diabetes and insulin resistance. Moreover, fructose also can raise uric acid levels, which can trigger gout and kidney stones. So try to overcome your sweet addiction and opt for healthier alternatives like stevia sweetened soda, kombucha tea and homemade meat marinades instead of using table sauces. Number 5 is called aflatoxins. Aflatoxins are toxic compounds that are released by certain molds, and these molds tend to contaminate certain foods like peanuts, peanut butter and corn. Consuming too many of these mold toxins can harm the liver and has been shown to cause DNA damage, liver disease and an increased risk of cancer. To avoid aflatoxins, I recommend using organic Valencia or jungle peanuts and peanut butter instead of the conventional type that you get off the shelf. Sprouting or fermenting corn, grain, nuts and legumes can also eliminate mold toxins, making them much safer for your body. Now, number 6 is fillers called dextrose or maltodextrin. Pre-packaged foods and processed foods often use fillers, bulking agents, thickeners or preservatives to improve the texture and shelf life. Maltodextrin and dextrose, for example, are actually synthetically processed sugars which are even higher than table sugar on the glycemic index. Basically, this means that they can cause a surge in your blood sugars, and this damages the hepatocyte cells of the liver, leading to insulin resistance and excessive cravings for sugar. Unfortunately, these fillers are often added to things like baby milk formulas, ready meals, beef jerky, medications, supplements, soups, chips, dry rubs, dressings, sauces, beer, cakes and puddings to name a few. So it's best to try and cook your own food with fresh ingredients. Also, eating vitamin C rich foods like peppers, leafy greens and berries can help to reverse the oxidative damage that's caused by eating some of these fillers. Liver damaging food number 7 is fish that are high in mercury. Mercury is a heavy metal that can slowly accumulate inside the liver cells over time, and this can disrupt the normal production of enzymes. It also causes cellular damage, inflammation, and this will block the liver from detoxifying other harmful substances from your body that we're talking about in this video. Mercury is found highly concentrated in fish that are higher in the food chain, like shark, swordfish, king mackerel, tilefish, big-eye tuna, and marlin. So you want to limit your consumption of these high mercury fish to once a month or less, and focus instead on eating fish that are lower in the food chain, like wild salmon, sardines, anchovies, and cod. It's also important that I note pregnant and nursing mothers are often more sensitive to mercury, so if this is your circumstance, please keep mercury out of your diet as much as possible, if not entirely. Number 8 is MSG. Monosodium glutamate is a flavor enhancer which is often used in fast foods and pre-packaged foods to make them taste better. Although a little MSG won't cause much harm, the fact that it's being hidden in most foods causes us to consume much more than we think. For example, it's described under different names on the labels such as modified food starch, natural flavoring, yeast extract, calcium glutamate, and many others. Unfortunately, high amounts of MSG have been shown in studies to increase fat that's stored in the liver and visceral fat around the organs. This leads to inflammation in the liver and excessive weight gain, especially if you consider that it also causes you to eat more because of how it makes the food more mouth-wateringly tasty. And finally, we have number 9, which is energy drinks. Nowadays, energy drinks have become very popular to help improve mental focus and to supply energy to the body. Unfortunately, these drinks don't actually boost your energy output from the mitochondria in your cells. Instead, they rely on high amounts of caffeine. This is a stimulant which suppresses the feeling of tiredness by blocking adenosine receptors, but it doesn't actually give you any more energy. Drinking too much caffeine from energy drinks can cause dehydration, thickening your blood and raising the risk of developing fatty liver disease. Many of the energy drinks also boast high amounts of potassium. However, the type of potassium that they're using is usually acesulfame potassium, which is actually an artificial sweetener. This can disrupt the normal balance of the microbes in your body and impair your liver function. Studies are now showing us that artificial sweeteners like acesulfame and aspartame cause insulin resistance, weight gain, and blood sugar problems. So quit the energy drinks and find yourself a high-quality electrolyte powder instead, which contains at least 1000 milligrams of potassium citrate and 100 milligrams of magnesium citrate. These will actually help to produce more electrical energy in your cells instead of just that temporary feeling that you get from drinking caffeine. Now, it's important that I explain, while it's probably impossible to eliminate all of these foods from your diet, you should be approaching your diet and lifestyle with a sense of balance. Becoming aware of what harms your body is the first step into cutting these things back and replacing them with healthier alternatives. By introducing the right nutrients, antioxidants, and whole foods into your diet, you can support your liver by helping it to detoxify some of these poisons. For example, eating a salad daily which contains organic, non-GMO cruciferous vegetables can supply sulforaphane and DIM. These are chemicals that will help to clean out your liver and help it to detoxify poisons. You see, your liver is one of the only organs that can completely heal and regenerate, and there are actually many other foods and nutrients that you can focus on eating to help clean out the liver naturally. So if you'd like to learn a little more about these, go ahead and tap on this video on the screen now or find a link below. Thank you once again for watching my video today, and as always, I wish you great health, wealth, and happiness.